Hi everyone and welcome back to the AFL Outer East Netball Show. I'm Mel Broadley.
And I'm Greg Heinrich, and we're excited to bring you another week of netball news from the Outer East. Let's start with the top stories, which is Becky Berry in the Battle of the Creek. I'm going to let you take the reins here. Tell us about the game and how the results went.
They well and truly beat us. They're a very well-oiled machine, the Beaky girls. Bianca Sanzaro, amazing goaling. You couldn't fault them.
Okay.
Just
tough day out for the Wickers.
Oh, tough day for a couple of the senior teams, absolutely.
Yeah.
We do have Battle of the Creek that goes across all 10 teams and we're 5-5, which I was very happy with.
Yeah.
Yeah, which is pretty good. I don't think we've ever had 5-5. We were going into C grade up by 2.
Yeah.
And they just came home in the last 3 games. So,
which I think is pretty awesome. I know you were saying earlier that it used to just be an A-grade trophy. So now to see the awards spread out across all 10 teams and the clubs can battle it out across the board rather than just the one game, I think that's great that all the girls can be involved. How long's it been running for?
We just worked it out that it was 2008.
Okay.
Yeah, so this is the 11th year that we've run with it. The last 3 years we've done the battle across the court so that everybody is recognised on the court and for the wins. It's not just about the A grade. We've incorporated every team that plays for both clubs. Yeah.
Awesome. Other results?
We had a close game in the 17 Blues.
Yeah.
That was a goal. So that was pretty good. Most of the teams were quite good. We had 13s 1-1, 15s 1-1.
Yeah.
Both our 17s won, D grade won, and then we lost A, B, and C.
Okay. All right. So the juniors are doing well.
Yes.
And I know we spoke about it at the start of the year where it's just a matter of time, or been a matter of time for the Wickers to start getting some runs on the board, which is really good. And it does hurt when Beaky bring back Bianca into their lineup, into the A grade, because she is their powerhouse goaler. And can't wait to see when Beaky play Olinda and the Perry versus Bianca shootout happens.
Yeah, B shot 38 of their 59 goals. So, that's just straight.
You can't stop that.
No, definitely not. I mean, our defence was quite good, but just, she's really good.
Yeah. Okay. What about the fundraiser?
Oh, it was amazing. We had Bianca Chatfield come down and do the raffle. We had... there was just so much going on.
We asked if they were going to give away a card. Did they give away a card?
No. They've actually supported Anne Bianca herself as well as Tilly Garrett doing a free clinic for 60 players on the 26th of May.
Okay.
That will be held at Beaconsfield Netball Club. We released that a few weeks ago.
Yeah.
Not sold out because it was free. Lexus are donating that money to the Charlie Teo Foundation.
Yeah, great.
So Kiara had a wonderul day. Her team won that she coaches, which was the 13 Blues, which was great for her, but unfortunate for me. But, it was just an all-round fantastic day that everybody got behind and really supported it. So we should all do ourselves proud, I thought.
Very good. Very good. So let's talk about the other results from the week. Cranbourne defeated Wandon 53-29. It was close between Wandon and Beaky last week with only a few goals in it. But obviously Cranbourne have come to play this weekend and given Wandon an idea of what they're capable of, which is some pretty good netball. Narry defeated Healesville. Now, I do want to talk about this one because I think it's such a great effort for Healesville to come out and, yes, they may have lost against Narry, but they, after losing by so much to Olinda, to come out and put some good netball out on court in some tough conditions, I think that's a mention to the girls and certainly how much resilience they've shown after that big loss to come out and actually, give it to Narry and put their best efforts out on court.
And, of course, we had Perry, top goal shooter for the round yet again. Olinda defeating Warrialic 81-27, and 46 of those goals were hers.
Yeah. And interesting, I know you're going to talk about the injuries in a minute. Brodie Smith from Olinda, we did find out that she had a cracked rib, but she's back out on court, which is pretty amazing.
Yeah, well, there's not much you can do for a cracked rib. You can't plaster. I think all you can do is really tape it.
Yeah, and deal with the pain.
So I'm sure she might have copped a bit of pain through that, but amazing to see her still out there. So the only other injury we had, obviously, was M. Kerr for Beaky. Em's still very swollen, but she's off her crutches, which was good to see her kind of limping around, but she had her 18th on Saturday night, so I don't know how she would have pulled up after that.
Yeah.
But they're still not 100% sure what is actually wrong with Em's knee. So once that swelling goes down, Em, let's hear what's going on with it, and we hope that it's not a bad injury for you.
Yeah. Let's have a look at the A-grade Premier Division ladder. So they're way out in front, and we know why. They've got the tall timber, they've got the ability to get at the ball, so it's easy to see why they're up there. But then the rest of the 5 are rounded out by Beaky second, and we know that they're going to be Alinda's main competition. Cranbourne, Narry and Berwick all on 12 points. The ladder doesn't look as traditional as what we would like at this point of the year, so I think when we get to round 9, we'll see the games played and then the win-loss ratio even itself out a little bit. But at the moment, it definitely looks Alinda, Beaky, Cranbourne, Narry and Berwick rounding out the 5. When was the last time that you could say that the A-graders are up in the top 5, Mel?
Not in my time in Berwick, definitely. Even when we had Old Foss, Sarah McDermott, playing in A-grade, they were definitely not in the top 5 back then. So it's great to see the girls are up there. We're very happy.
Yeah. And are you surprised by any of the others that make out that top 5 or sitting outside the top 5?
I actually would have thought that Upwey Tacoma were the ones that we were probably thinking were going to be a little bit further up, but I guess with the changes over the end of the season, that's the difference between them and Alinda Ferny Creek in this season.
Yeah. So let's wait till midpoint of the season and let's revisit the ladder just so that we have a bit more of an understanding around where everyone's at and hopefully everybody's played the same amount of matches.
Yeah, it should balance out definitely by then.
Okay, Div 1. We said the match of the round was Pakenham versus Mount Evelyn. And interesting enough, we had a home game for V&L on Friday night, and Karen Meredith, who's the Pakenham A-grade coach, she made a comment around her rival coach, being Caitlyn Black, maybe popping in to check out some of the players, given that the Blaze weren't playing on the Friday night. And I don't think it would have made any difference. I think from the sounds of it, Pakenham played some really solid netball against Mount Evelyn. It was low scoring though, 29 to 24. So I think the weather must have had a part in it. And looking at it, I think Pakenham, some of their young guns, have stepped up and played well. Certainly against Caitlyn, who's got a lot of A&L experience. Young Kira Essler sounds like she had a great game out on court. So Pakenham come away with a win.
Yeah, it's fantastic to see Packy get that win. I'm sure that they'll all be very proud of themselves down there this week. Yeah,
and it's their second clean sweep of the year too. So I think they were all pretty excited. Karen even mentioned that she won the raffle at the end of the day. So, 4 senior wins and a raffle win. She was pretty excited.
That's fantastic.
Yeah. The other round, or the other results from that round, Monbulk defeated Emerald 45-24 and Rock defeated Warburton 49-35. So some other convincing wins there. Doveton also defeated Belgrave 46-37. So yeah, some convincing wins in the Division 1 ranks.
And so for Div 2, we had Kinglake 38 defeat Yarra Glen 31.
Yeah. Again, I think the weather would have played a big part in that. Kinglake, they came runners up last year and they're still playing some really good netball. They've, got Latoya Wards out there, who's part of the Interleague coaching panel, doing some really good work with their senior players. And Yarra Glen have got a new coach this year as well. So I think both teams, on the day could have won. Kinglake got on top in this instance, though.
Yeah, that's fantastic.
Other results? Yay defeated Alex, and we spoke about this one.
Yes, we did.
It was tight, and probably one that we didn't expect to be as tight as what it was.
No, you said you were quite impressed by Alex's result there.
Yeah.
Even though they didn't have the win.
Yeah, and I haven't had a look at Yay's list from the weekend, but I wouldn't be surprised if they had some of their players out, because going by that scoreline and some of the wins they've had already this year, that sort of leads me to think that maybe Yay had a couple of players missing from their outfit. Either that or Alex have just played out of their skin and had a great game of netball. Yeah.
we weren't there to see it. But yeah, it's great feedback that they're getting there like that. So yeah, congratulations to them. Last
one was the Cellar Dwellers. We had a bit of a chuckle last week. Powtown versus Gembrook. Neither of them had a win, so both were. One of them was going to get a win out of the weekend, and it did happen to be Powtown, and it was convincing, 59-20. So they'll be happy to get their first win on the board, and in a way that gives them a bit of confidence leading into the round after Interleague as well.
Yeah. And this week's Inspire Sports Group Junior Athlete of the Week is Lainey Bidwell from Berwick, who's going to be in your under-17s Interleague team.
Yeah, so a couple of things about Lainey. An incredible young athlete, and she's got a future ahead of her in netball. She's technically an under-15 player.
That's correct.
But you've chosen to play her up in under-17s for Berwick.
She trialled for 17s, yes.
Okay.
When she came across from Narry. We were very lucky to get her. Obviously, her sister's still playing at Narry.
Yeah.
Given the opportunity, she asked if she could trial 17s, and we knew her capabilities, and we're certainly not going to turn down a calibre of player like her, young calibre of player like her. So, yeah, she slotted straight back into the 17s.
Yeah, she's part of the Future Demons Academy down at Casey, which is a great initiative from the VNL program down there.
Yeah.
There's so many talented young girls in that Casey region that to capture them now is going to be good for their development later on. And she's also a Casey rep player.
Yeah, she plays 15s.
Yeah, and she's been at Casey for a few years now, so we've seen plenty of her across the Sefnal.
Yes.
Yep, the Yarra clubs are going to get used to her pretty quickly because she does play a really unique brand of netball. She's just a hard slog athlete and just has a motor, like an endurance runner. So
yeah,
definitely helps her run the mid-court.
She's a powerhouse. A little LB, I call her. She just, some of the drives that girl has, I don't know where she gets her energy from, even in the final quarter. Like in last week's game against Becky, there was a very close one with the 21-20. She just came out of nowhere, grabbed that ball, fed it into the circle and the goaler-to-goaler, and it was in, and it was like dying seconds. It was done. And I think she had an integral part in that win for her team this weekend.
Yeah, and she'll get that experience from the programs that she's a part of too. So that again, is one of the best things about community netball. We get some of the athletes that are playing rep level come back and add that experience and add that a bit of flair to the junior divisions. I think Coach is going to catch up with her at Interleague training on Thursday night. Not her, sorry, some of her teammates, just to see why she is such a tough athlete to play against and also what it's like to be in her team. So keep your eyes peeled for that one with Coach.
I've got Lauren Boucher with me. She's quite excited and she's laughing already, and I haven't even said anything. Some people look at me and just laugh. What's the beard, is it?
No, it's just nervous laugh.
Just a nervous laugh, maybe it's the beard. Lauren, of course, plays for Narry Warren as part of the Interleague team. Yeah. We're here at Beaconsfield, and you're going to be presented tonight with your jumpers?
Yes, dresses.
Dresses, jumpers.
Same thing.
How excited are you?
I'm pretty excited, but more nervous because don't really know what the team's like, so hopefully it's good competition, but hopefully come out with a win.
And what do you expect from the game?
Just all of us going our hardest, trying the best to get a win out of it and coming forward to the ball and pushing to our limits, I guess.
Now on the netball show, Greg sometimes refers to it as the Berwick show. We want to talk about Narry Warren. I want you to talk about Narry Warren. Good club?
Yeah, it's a really good club. We're all like a family there. Always having events and celebrating stuff and always coming together as a family, helping out around the club, doing as much as we can.
What about the player of the week for the netball, Lainey Bidwell? What's it like playing against her?
It's very hard. She's very fast, hard to the ball, always puts her body on the line, so it's kind of difficult playing against her sometimes, but yeah.
Are you friends with her?
Yeah, I know her really well, and her sister Amy.
So you reckon, the next question I'm going to ask, I just sort of came to me, what do you take back to Narry Warren that you learn playing with these girls that are all of a standard, and of course you belong here with them? What do you take back from that?
Just showing leadership and telling them to clear the space, drive to the ball as hard as you can, just doing everything to improve our netball.
Elliot, welcome to GameFace.
Thanks.
Why are you excited? Because you just found out some fantastic news, didn't you? And it was just dropped on you just before we came on air.
Yeah, it is. I'm really excited.
What is it? Tell us. Tell the world. Look at the camera.
I've been nominated to be captain of the 17s Interleague team.
That's fantastic. Now, you say you've been nominated. What, you could refuse?
Oh, no.
You're not going to refuse?
No, I'm not. I'm just going to try my best to lead the team with enthusiastic, with strong feedback, and encourage everyone as best as I can.
How excited are you for this interleague game? And even though more excited now you're captain.
I'm so excited. I don't think I can contain my excitement for this. This is such an opportunity for me. It's epic.
Well, good on you. Now, what are the girls like that you play with, that you're playing with in the interleague team? Have you become friends with some of them?
Yeah, it's definitely been quite fun with them. It's nice to learn different people and their new skills that they do, and it's nice to get involved with them and understand their techniques, how they play, and it's just so nice to meet them and bond with them, and I think we'll do really well in the game on Saturday.
How about your club, Berwick? How are they going this year? You happy with their effort?
Yeah, I'm very happy. This has been my 3rd year playing for them. I love it there so much. It's just like a second family I can go to wherever I need to. They're there for me, they're there to support me, and they support other families that are in trouble and just need a friend there.
Get your GameFace on.
So the 13 and under Blues score for the week.
Yep.
We had obviously a loss from Berwick against Becky and the other games of the round.
Yeah, Pakenham defeated Gembrook 49-6, and I think such a great show of community spirit in the Pakenham versus Gembrook game. Gembrook had an injury late in the game and a player down, and Pakenham actually lent them a player so they could finish off the game with 7 players. And I think that Gembrook haven't had a great start and are getting used to the type of netball that's being played in the junior divisions. So to have the spirit from Pakenham, show through on Saturday and really help Gembrook get over the line in one piece was really nice to come out of the weekend. And the only other game was Narry versus Rock, and they had a pretty good win, 22-8, which is young Tamari's team, who was our Inspire Player of the Week last week. So you can see that the results there are still going Narry's way.
Yeah, very good. So we don't have any up and coming games this week apart from you guys heading to Bendigo.
Bendigo,
yeah, for the interleague games of just the 23 and unders.
Yeah,
and the 17s.
Well, no, open for interleague.
Okay.
And 23 unders will be the association champs.
Right.
So, and they've 2 very different squads too. We were talking about this earlier. 8 out of the 10 players in the open division come from the former Yarra Rangers clubs, which shows the strength from the netball that comes from that area. And we know there was a couple of players that didn't nominate from the former Southeast side of things, but such a strong calibre of players. We have 7 out of the 10 that are either currently playing or they are currently playing VNL. And the other 3 certainly should be playing VNL. So I think Guy, chatting to him during the week last week, he's pretty confident. He's seen the list that Bendigo have put out there. He thinks he's got enough to get them over the line. But let's have a look at the list. So from Mount Ev, we've got Ali Corrala. From Alinda Ferny Creek, we've got Perry Stewart. How could you not include her in the interleague squad?
There would have been something wrong if she wasn't on that list, I would have thought.
Yeah. From Monbulk, we've got Nicole McDowell. From Alinda Ferny Creek, Krista Tomlinson. She's a 4-time league medalist, runs the midcourt, and I think that's why Alinda have such a strong midcourt, because they do have her experience there. I don't think she's ever going to quit playing netball until she can no longer walk. She's just that type of player. But still definitely lucky to have her in the interleague squad. Couple of Beaky girls. You would know these guys from the weekend.
Yeah, Ash Gill and Pocket Rocket Riley Nelson.
Yep, couple of youngies as well. And I think both of their netball continues to improve as the more netball or the more VNL that they play. Ash is playing champ this year with Saints, and just her ability to lift that other standard and come out and play some solid champ netball. I think hopefully we get to see that on the weekend for the Interleague.
Yeah, that'd be great. And then we've got from Mount Evelyn, Caitlyn Black.
Yeah, and she rounds out the coaching panel for the open team as well. She'll assist Guy as a playing coach. So much experience there to have her out on court, but also have her working with Guy and the girls is going to be really good. From Alinda, we spoke about her earlier, Brodie Smith. We know that she's had that cracked rib, but hopefully she goes into this weekend feeling tip-top and able to hold down that defensive end with Caitlyn. But we've also got two others. We've got from Seville, Steph McNay, who's another one shining through in the VNL space as well at Saints, luckily enough. But she just keeps going from one strength to another. So hard to not have her in that squad. And rounding out the team from Mount Evelyn is Jackie Black, so Caitlyn's sister.
Yep.
Yeah.
And then we go on to the under-17s. So we've got a lot of the old Seffinal girls playing in there and a few of the Yarra Rangers girls, which is great, a great mix.
Yeah, and I think that's just a sign of where the junior competition's at. All the Southeast clubs have brought in juniors. There are still some Yarra clubs that are implementing their junior programs, and we'll see that strengthen up over the next couple of years. It certainly won't happen overnight, but you can see that there's still some great young players that are currently playing in the Yarra, maybe filtering up into the open age at a younger point in their career. So really good to see that and being able to select them in the Interleague too.
Okay, so you're actually coaching this team, so this will be quite interesting for you, I think, to see all of this young talent. So we start with Monbolt's Chloe Heppel.
Yep.
And then you've got Cranbourne, Eloise Crabtree. Now, you were a bit excited earlier speaking about Eloise.
Yeah, she's dynamite. I think that for a player that, is so fast and can control the play, it was hard to not select her in this team. When we go through the rest of the list, you'll see how much she'll complement the other players as well. So it's, really exciting to have her as part of this.
Yeah. So we've got Warrior Alex Ella Morse. And then from Berwick, we have Lainey Bidwell, who we just spoke about. Ellie Brasser, who's another young player. She's a 15s player playing up in the 17s. So that's exciting for Ellie.
Yeah.
Berwick's defender, Elliot Santa Maria. And then from Narry, we've got Lauren Bichette, Emily Pollock.
Yeah.
And then another Berwick girl in Summer Hinchcliffe in your goaling at ring. Yeah.
And the last player that comes into that squad, someone who's been elevated. We spoke about the injury to Brooklyn, last week. And that's allowed us to elevate the emergency. And Vanessa, I'm going to try and get this right, Quimivitia. And I'm sure she'll correct me on Thursday night. But, just when I sent through the email to say to her, look, that opportunity's come up and would you be interested in taking it on? And, she replied pretty quickly to say, yeah, I'll take it with, with open arms. So we're excited to have her up and about for the weekend.
Fantastic. So you've got an assistant coach there in Latoya and a team manager in Jodie Chandler. So I think you guys will have a fun weekend.
Yeah. And I think, Latoya was part of the coaching panel for the Yarra Rangers last year and likewise with Caitlyn too. So it was nice to have them put their hand up again and be part of it. It does give them the chance to then go back to their clubs and really take some more experience with them.
Fantastic. So hopefully Coach gets down there Thursday night to training and has a bit of an interview with all the girls.
Yeah. Yep, and a great trip away to Bendigo. I'm sure we'll do a good wrap of that next week. But in the meantime,
get your game face on.